We often wonder about the sources of our knowledge of right and wrong. I recently received a question about one of my posts on Facebook, which asked me how I thought we arrived at our concepts of right and wrong, how we get to know, how we learn about right and wrong. And my response was that I wasn't sure. That surely a part of that process was convention and learning what is right and what is wrong through socialization. Clearly, that accounts for at least one layer of our awareness of what is right and what is wrong. But I'm not sure that there is not also a more mystical part or a more mystical process involved. How do we know what is right and what is wrong? Sometimes, as Schopenhauer used to argue, sometimes the only way in which we can get to know things, we can learn things, is the intuitive way. Schopenhauer was very reserved towards what he called concepts of rational knowledge, or theory. He believed that theory was necessary in order to summarize and articulate knowledge so that it can be safely stored and sufficiently applicable to be used in future challenging situations. But the way in which we gain knowledge for Schopenhauer was primarily intuitive. He did not believe that we can gain knowledge through concepts and theory. We only gain knowledge through intuition, through some kind of basic awareness of the realities we face, although Schopenhauer wouldn't use the term reality because he believed all reality was just a representation to us. Carl Jung believed that we had ways to access knowledge through our immersion in the individual and collective unconscious, something like an ability to sort of dive down into a deep lake or sea underneath the soil on which we walk, the ability to go through that soil and into the underground and access the vast amount of knowledge that has been accumulated through eons, through the history of consciousness, not just the human race. Perhaps consciousness goes far further back than the human race. We don't know that. But there's a sense in which we sometimes get to know what is right and what is wrong without being able to articulate it rationally. There's this habit in the by the ancient peoples, especially by the northern people, the Vikings, where they believed that sometimes it was right or wrong to do something without any obvious explanation, without any obvious reason. And when they were asked why they believed somebody should be spared on the battlefield, or somebody should be killed, or something should be done, which, as it appeared, could be decided either way, they would simply respond, "I don't know why. Perhaps the gods know." So "I don't know why" would probably mean I can't explain rationally why I make this decision, but I'm still convinced that it is the right decision, even though I can't articulate it and verbally express my reasons, because I feel that it is right on grounds that simply do not allow to be explicated in words, on inexplicable yet strong and convincing grounds. And this was accepted in the same way in which throughout large swaths of history, many people accepted dreams and visions as signs and as sources of insight based on which they made their decisions. It was not uncommon at all for various historical tribes and and even nation states to change their key decisions about war and peace or about major migrations based on someone's particularly colorful and stark dream or vision. This has not been rare in history, and many of these decisions were not wrong. So it is nothing new for people to believe and understand on some level that we gain a grasp of what is right and wrong, and what is appropriate or inappropriate, or what is productive or unproductive in certain situations, in ways which we can't simply explain by answering the question of how do you get to know what is right and what is wrong. I don't know how, I just get to know it. So perhaps having the courage to say, I don't know how and I don't know why, but I know that this is the case. I don't know how I know it, but I know it. Having the courage to say that and to philosophize about it and to consider this as a philosophical problem, perhaps this is the next step that we need to take in order to deepen our current understanding of rationality itself, and to deepen our current ability to philosophically and also practically think about life.